Everybody, we are live. Yay. Hope you guys can hear me okay. If not, I have to take the microphone a little bit closer. But today we're going to talk about dyslexia. Okay. Is it a reading problem or is it a brain wiring difference? So this presentation will have three parts. We're going to go through 3 slides that talk about dyslexia. But for you, if you're listening to this, you're probably already aware of a lot of this, unless you're listening to it. And because you have somebody who you want to help or to find a treatment for them, then but anyway, so we're going to talk about dyslexia. And then the second thing, I'm going to show some videos of other people that have had the treatment that I'm going to describe now and show you guys that I've been through as well. And there's one boy there who had dyslexia, and you can see it was actually sensory confusion once they tested him for it, and they were able to rewire the brain using small amounts of electricity and laser, which they did for me as well. And then so I'm going to go through the process, explain a little bit about my story, how that worked, how we found it, and how then it does work. And it's just an amazing technology. People need to know about this. Very few people know about it, and we just need to get the word out because it is that amazing, life-changing. People will get their life back. Really serious issues, but then dyslexia as well is very difficult to deal with when they have trouble reading like that. So dyslexia, a reading problem or a brain wiring difference. Dyslexia affects how the brain processes written and spoken language. It's not a vision issue. It's not about intelligence. Very important, okay? It's not about intelligence. I mean, for decades, people have been made fun of, all the different things that happen in a classroom, but it's like your eyes are seeing what everyone else is seeing, but your brain is interpreting it differently. That's a huge difference, okay? So it's not about intelligence, and it's a difference on how the brain interprets letters, sounds, and words. So it's a brain thing, okay? It's a software issue, and anything that's if it was hardwired, if your brain was hardwired, you couldn't do anything about it. But because it's your brain's been is plastic, it is possible to make those changes, and that is a beautiful thing. I'm going to show you, how they do that now. Okay, so what dyslexia feels like. People with dyslexia struggle with reading slowly and skipping words, mixing up letters like BD or Q, and trouble spelling or remembering. I have trouble seeing it now. Trouble spelling or remembering word order, feeling exhausted after reading, avoiding reading out loud due to embarrassment, difficulty following written instructions, and these are not character flaws. They're signs the brain's reading network is out of sync. It's a software issue. It's not a hardware issue. It can be resolved. You can resolve it. Okay. Let's talk about how we do it. The good news, the brain can be rewired. The brain is plastic, which means it can change. New technologies and techniques can help retrain how the brain processes words and sounds. So people with dyslexia can dramatically improve reading, focus, and comprehension with targeted brain stimulation and training. This is not shock therapy. They're not going after an entire brain, stimulating that with medication, all these crazy things that people do. I'm telling you, they're going out with precision, same technology that the military used to train their soldiers. It's remarkable. So I'm going to show a video now. One of these people here has dyslexia, and you'll see it. But I'll just start playing it, and then it's a short couple of minutes only. So this is a girl named JK. She had a traumatic brain injury after a car accident on holiday with her parents. You can see the eyes can't focus properly, and was told nothing can help her. Like, she's like that. This is all we can do. Can't do anything about you. The doctors have no idea what they're doing. Like, none. They're clueless. Totally clueless. After 6 weeks of intensive treatment at IFN, JK resumed normal life, attending university with her peers. If that is not amazing, I don't know what is. This is Madison, age 4 years old, 100 seizures a day on average. After 1 week of treatment, okay, guess how much it dropped? 1 week of treatment, it dropped by 90%. Okay, 1 week. I mean, if that's not life-changing, I don't know what is. Okay, so this is RH. He's 12 years old, can't walk. And his doctors are telling him that he's attention seeking. How terrible is that? He's not. He can't walk. I mean, it's just, oh goodness, I get so frustrated. So after 6 months of care, he's walking by himself. And after 9 months of care, he's back to normal, living a normal teenage life. It is possible to recover from these things, okay? Whole life, the whole family changed, everything changed. Okay, this is Sam, 18, very serious. He was left in paraplegic with a neck injury. But he had some connection, so there's less than 1% chance of getting any movement. But after an intensive 6-week treatment plan, okay, 6 weeks. Look at this. He's walking aided. Okay, slowly, he's making it little by little. and now he's dancing his way to recovery. It's a miracle. It's really just a miracle. I mean, now he's walking unaided and he's getting better and better. This is after a year, okay? So he's still getting treated, I'm sure. This story of Ben, problem child to an award winner, okay? This is the guy with dyslexia, ADHD, that's what diagnosed with. But you see, it's a brain issue. So he's failing at school and unable to achieve the milestones. He has suffered from sensory confusion involving movement with his eyes. And this was his challenge, not ADHD, okay? Not ADHD or dyslexia. So after 12 months of treatment, he's back to living a normal life. And all he did was bring his brain back to like restore the function of the brain that were not functioning properly. So I'm going to go the process of how they do that. I'm going to show that a little bit now. So this is all this on my website. You can go to BjornBrain.com. You can read all the documents, case studies, everything I have about it. And just disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, and from present here is based on my personal experience as a patient, not as a professional. So you talk to your doctor about this. All right, so the videos that I showed you is from the Institute of Functional Neuroscience, Dr. Randy Beck. Home treatment is available over video call. Use promo code Bjorn and get a discount on your first treatment. Dude, if you knew how amazing it is to get treatment at home, I spent 3 months in a hotel in California. You know how much that costs? And I spent time in Germany, Canada, I mean, everywhere, spending a fortune, $250,000 getting treated. And they couldn't help me. But Dr. Beck over video can do it. I'm telling you, it is life-changing. So this is the place. They do it over video. You don't need to travel to Australia where he's located. He's originally from Canada, but you get a discount on your first treatment if you do it. So check this out. This is where I was at. I was in really bad shape, like terrible state, not doing well at all. I had light sensitivity, sound sensitivity. My brain was so messed up from a neck injury, head injury. Talk about miswiring. I'm wired like the brain was misfiring. It was wild. Okay, totally wild. So the treatment here, the symptoms that people have when they go in there, weird neurological symptoms, but anything from not just dyslexia, it's all these different ones. Okay. So if you know of anybody with these issues, let them know there is possible for them to recover, to get well. So just be encouraged, like the crazy, you saw the guy was paraplegic. He was walking. I mean, how amazing is that? Okay. So there are craziest symptoms you can think of: sleep difficulties, mood swings, chronic pain, all OCD, all these different things are brain wiring issues. And when you restore that, just miracles happen. Okay. So another thing that I want to mention is the vagus nerve. I had a neck injury. So when you put pressure on the vagus nerve, because you see when Atlas was out of whack, misaligned, then the stomach issues. So I had massive stomach issues, and the doctors just gave me antacids. But that didn't do anything because that wasn't the root issue. The root issue is in the neck. So you got to find a doctor who will go after the root issues to figure out exactly what's wrong with you, and then they can restore you, your body, your head, all these different things. So for me, if I was going to walk around with antacids for years, well, never dealt with the main issue. And the vagus nerve is one of the cranial nerves, and that one had to be restored, fixed, so I would recover. So Lyme disease is another bacterial infection that a lot of people have as well. It affects the brain, so it creates misfiring and miswiring in the brain as well. And you can read up about that later if you want to. So I've tried like literally everything. Traditional neurofeedback, which many people have done before, but that's not what I'm talking about. This is way more advanced than traditional neurofeedback. But you got lens, TMS, bioresonance therapy, hypothermia. The heat of my body is 42.6 degrees. Okay, I've tried everything, just literally everything. And finally tried TDCS. I'm telling you about that now, okay? This is what I look like now, as you can see. And but anyways, how all this came about is Dr. Beck worked at Carrick Institute, and they did a lot of different like old school hacks, treatments where they, like for example, this one, the boy on the left had a head injury, couldn't lift his left hand. So because of that, they put a mirror covering his left hand, and then his right hand, which was functional, lifted it up. Now the brain thought it was the left hand doing it. And because of that, the brain was like, okay, all right, well, I can do that. So the connection to the brain was restored. So the brain believed he could lift the left arm. And there you go, he could lift the left arm. So it's these types of hacks that were developed at the Carrick Institute for many, many decades. And Dr. Beck worked there for 10 years. He took these old school brain hacks and combined it with new cutting edge technology called transcranial direct current stimulation, excuse me, using QEEG, which is amazing. Okay. So now they do a brain scan, okay, brain map, and they map out and they can see the different scans, there are variations of it. You can see you got red colors, you got blue colors, you got red colors. You want to be green, okay? But not everyone's green. And I have a lot of red, I have a lot of blue, different variations of it. So that means you're going too fast or too slow. And then the basically experts who look at this, like Dr. Breck, can see, okay, this area is not talking to this area is not talking to this area, or your whole brain is screaming out. Okay. And sometimes with dyslexia, there's specific areas that are having issues. We're making you visually see it, but the brain is interpreting the signal differently. So, when it's been like that for a long time, you don't know what is normal. So if my shoulder is like this, and I walk around, I've been had a knock to my shoulder, and I walk around like this for a long time, my brain thinks this is normal, and is never going to just go back automatically. You have to rewire the brain. Now, the way you can do that is by pulling your shoulder down again and again and again, going up and down like that, and say so your brain realizes, oh, I can do that. I'm supposed to be like this. Oh, I get it. And that's how you rewire the brain for that issue. Now, for dyslexia, it would be something different. You've got to find out exactly what area is creating this. Maybe part of your brain is overcompensating for something, and that's why you need to restore that. So the brain balances it out. So these brain maps, you don't worry about it. You don't need to understand any of this, okay? Dr. Breck knows this so well. He's the best in the world. There's nobody like him. All the hardest cases, most severe cases go to him because he's considered the best. So if you're going to be treated for the brain, which controls everything, you want to go to the best. I'm telling you. All right, and he is the best. All right, so again, this is information here. Home treatment. Oh, it is wonderful. You will save so much money, okay? Being able to get treated at home. All right, this Dr. Beck, so he combines multiple therapies with transcranial direct current stimulation. And the way he's able to do that, so I just said earlier, the brain is plastic, neuroplasticity. It's not hardwired. It can't change like that. It's a software issue. So software issues, you can change that, right? Now, neuroplasticity is the brain's incredible ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections as it changes in response to stimuli. Its ability to adapt to the environment. Beautiful thing that makes it gives us hope for anyone. So this is transcranial direct current stimulation. TDCS is an emerging neuromodulation technique that provides safe, low-cost, and non-invasive means of modulating the brain. So it's just that device right there, right here, that sends a small electrical current, and you got to come on here and on here, 2 places on the head, and it sends a small amount of electricity. You don't feel anything, okay? 10 minutes, that's what you do. Tiny, tiny amount. But it stimulates those areas and restores the function of the brain. It's a beautiful thing. This has been around for decades. Dr. Beck didn't invent this. He doesn't have, it's not like his proprietary software and like that. He's just the expert at the QEEG maps and then using TDCS because he's used the longest. They didn't use it at Carrick Institute, but he is one that combined these multiple therapies to get great results. So here's how DARPA hacked the science writer's brain and turned her into a sharpshooter. So this has been used forever. It's not just Dr. Beck. It's been used forever. So look at this. With a device on her head, delivering electrical currents, AD went from a frustrated shooter to a skilled sniper. Isn't that incredible? So these things have been used for decades by the military to stimulate the areas to help them be able to focus. Even soldiers in the military are using it to be able to be drone operators and to be able to do different skills which require massive concentration. So this is what the device looks like, and it's painless. And you're not putting a chip in your head. You're not like opening up the head, putting a chip in the head or wires to shock you or anything like that. And it's just incredible, what they're able to do. So you can also do the spine, like the guy who had a neck injury. They did that with me, send electricity up and down the spine to restore the function of the spine. And it's a lot faster to rewire the brain when the connection in the neck is better. So they did that with the guy with that was paraplegic. But for somebody with dyslexia, most likely, if you haven't had an injury, then you wouldn't have to do that. So this is a brain map of somebody with ADHD. It's very obvious. High beta is all blue. So it's very easy, the marker, to kind of see that most people will have like ADHD, and then they'll go in, they'll treat that. So they compare your brain scan to hundreds of thousands of other brain scans with people who don't have ADHD or don't have dyslexia. And they'd be like, okay, this is what we consider a normal brain scan. And then they'll try to tweak your brain using electricity and laser and these different exercises to bring you back to within the range of where other people are. And then you watch to see what happens to symptoms. And the symptoms usually go away. That's the crazy thing. It's just amazing that it does that. But all Dr. Beck does, he's not all he does is tweak your brain to get your brain patterns, okay, to function the way they're supposed to, like other people who don't have your symptoms. And that's all he can do. So if you are interested, give him a call. The way it works is you set up a call, and then you do a brain scan, and you do that brain scan at a local clinic in your country or your city. And the way you do that is that you just go, there's so many neurofeedback places in the world. and you can go there, but their treatment is okay, but it's not great because transcranial direct current stimulation nudges the brain a little bit. And when it nudges it like that to make the changes, neurofeedback, traditional neurofeedback doesn't make the change that quick. And it just doesn't work for people with really serious issues. So people with dyslexia, you really need that targeted precision. And that's what the device on your head going treating that specific area that needs, that needs help. Dr. Beck does that really well. And that's why TDCS works so much better than traditional neurofeedback. So but you go to a center and there you go ahead and get the scan, and the scan will be sent to Dr. Beck, and then he will do the call with you and go over it. And every 18 days, or 18 sessions, after 18 sessions, you do 18 sessions over a video call, okay, for a week. And then you go ahead and have a call with Dr. Beck, and he'll show you your brain map. Be like, look at the changes, okay? Less blue here, less red here. Oh, you're becoming more green now. It's just, and then you start feeling better, and you're like, oh, dude, I'm doing great. It's amazing. It really is amazing. So you can go to my website. You can see more information there. Let me see if I have, let me find my website real quick. My website is right here. Hopefully you guys can see that. So I have a lot of information here, FAQs that talk about, I've tried to answer every question I could find about this, but there's always other things that I've missed. But there's a lot of questions here that I've answered, videos, case studies, lots of articles here. You have information on Dr. Beck right here that you can read. I'm telling you, this stuff is, if you don't remember anything I say today, just go to the website, BjornBrain.com, and you can read all the information here. I want to show this slide. So Dr. Beck, he's the best. He's the best in the world. I'm so thankful that we finally found him. And yeah, he's considered, like, he writes the manuals for this kind of stuff. Like he is the best. So QEEG combined with transcranial direct current stimulation, combined with these old school hacks that have been developed over many decades to hack the brain, that he learned at Carrick Institute, the combination of that is so powerful, and how they're able to tweak the brain to make it more, I guess, normal. And then you just watch to see what happens to symptoms. And as I showed you in the video, these symptoms then just go away and you start feeling better. And you're like, oh man, this is incredible. So he's very, very good at it. He lives in Australia. He's Canadian, but yeah, he's the best in the world. And so few doctors know about any of this stuff. It's just sad because it's just, if I'd known about him earlier, my life would have been so different. Man, so we just got to get a word out there. Anybody you know with any weird neurological symptoms, send them this website. Any of these symptoms right here that I listed earlier, like just they need to know about this. There's hope. Be encouraged. The technology is getting better and better. The stuff they can do now, it's just wild. Look, I went from this, from being a mess, spending $250,000 on treatment, to being able to take my glasses off, and now I can function back in normal. So, all right, guys, thanks for listening. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll reply to comments. If you send me an email, you can contact me here. I'm on different social media platforms as well. Just send me an email, and we'll go from there. So cool. Thank you for listening. Look forward to hearing from you. And yeah, when it comes to dyslexia, there's a case study I want to show real quick. If you go to the case study and dyslexia right here, there's a dyslexia here, child. Yeah, so this is a case study written about it. This is an actual case study right here, and you can see the findings, and they show the different initial findings. This is what the scan looked like, and you can see the following, and they talk about specific areas that they treated, and it's just it is amazing. Okay, just amazing stuff. So go to the website, check it out. Contact Dr. Beck. Use promo code Bjorn to help me out. You get a discount as well. It's a win-win for everybody. And yeah, let me know how it goes. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Have a great rest of the day.